Today's first reading comes from the prophet Zechariah, who lived about 500 years before Christ. Israel had only recently returned from their 70-year Babylonian exile. The temple had just recently been rebuilt, but the nation itself was small, weak, and surrounded by powerful empires. Humanly speaking, Israel had little reason to dream of greatness. Yet Zechariah announces an astonishing prophecy. A king is coming whose kingdom will extend from sea to sea and from the river to the ends of the earth. But this king will not arrive on a mighty war horse. He will come riding on a donkey. Zechariah is teaching us that God measures power very differently from the world. The Messiah would not conquer by military force or political domination. He would establish a kingdom of peace through humility and love. 5 centuries later, Jesus deliberately fulfilled that prophecy when he entered Jerusalem riding on a donkey. A conqueror rides a war horse, a servant walks beside a donkey. Jesus deliberately chose the animal that carries burdens rather than inflicts them. He came not to crush his enemies, but to bear the weight of our sins. In today's gospel, the King who comes to us in humility invites us to become like him. He says, "Learn from me, for I am meek and humble of heart." Of all the qualities he could have chosen, he points us to meekness and humility. Our world often mistakes meekness for weakness. In reality, meekness is strength completely placed at the service of love. Jesus' greatest victory was won not on a battlefield, but on the cross. His humility proved stronger than violence, his forgiveness more powerful than hatred, and his love greater than death itself. That brings us to his invitation, "Take my yoke upon you." A yoke joins 2 oxen together so they can pull a load. Every one of us lives under some yoke. Some place themselves under the yoke of wealth, others under success, popularity, pleasure, or power. These masters always demand more and never give lasting rest. Jesus offers a different yoke. At first it may seem heavier because it asks us to forgive, to serve, to be patient, and to put others before ourselves. Yet it becomes light because we do not carry it alone. We are yoked to Christ himself, whose grace bears the greater weight. His yoke leads not to exhaustion, but to peace. The world tells us that greatness comes through self-assertion. Jesus teaches that greatness comes through meekness. If we truly want to become like Christ, we must learn from his heart. The more our hearts resemble his, the more we will discover the peace for which every human heart longs. Learn from him, for he is meek and humble of heart.